Good morning, students. Today we will learn about the coordination in plants, or you can say the movement in plants. As we read about the animal cells, we see we read about the animals or human beings, we see that the proper coordination of nervous system as well as muscular system is there. But in plants, they do not have this coordination, but still they show the response and they show the movement. This is because they use chemical means to convey information from one cell to another cell. Okay. So you can say the ability of the plant is to detect the change and respond is called as the sensitivity of the plant. Now we will see the two types of movements that takes place in plant. First, that the plants independent of growth, the movement takes place independent of growth, and the movement takes place dependent on growth. First, I'm giving you the example of movements independent of growth. Means just they are showing the response to stimuli that is not dependent on growth. Like you see the example of touch me not plant. Okay, in scientific name of touch me not plant is Mimosa pudica. Okay, so write the spelling Mimosa Mosa and pudica Pudica. Okay, so touch me not plant, whenever you are touching the touch me not plant, the leaves of that plant automatically get closed. So this shows definitely it is not coordinated with any growth, but they are showing the response to stimuli. Next, when the movements are dependent of growth, so you can see the germination of seeds. If it is taking place, then when the seed germination occurs, definitely the growth of root takes place, the growth of stem takes place, the movement is occurring there also. So that is the movement of plant showing dependent of growth and independent of growth. And you can say the plants show also the immediate response to stimulus. So how do they so? The plants use electrical and chemical means to transport their information, or you can say the convey their information from one cell to another cell. Another, you can say the plant cells change their shape by changing the amount of water by when the cells get swollen and shrinkage. This is also a kind of movement through which they show this movement. Now we will discuss here the coordination in plants. So plant movement, when the plant show movement that I told you, as like animals, they can't show the very rapid and fast movement. They show very slow movement. They use chemical means to convey information from one cell to another cell, as I explained you now only. Now we will study about main type of movements. First we will study the trophic movements, then we will study the nastic movements. First, trophic movements. In trophic movements means directional. Means whenever the movement will takes place in direction of something. Something means so many examples. Examples are there of this trophic movements. Means whenever any movement takes place in respect to any direction, that is called as trophic movement. Now I am explaining one by one. First is phototrophism. Photo means what? Light. Phototrophism means when the movement occurs in the direction of light, that called as phototrophism. See, this is a plant. See, suppose this is a plant, and here I am just putting this plant in a dark room, and in that dark room a window is there. Only one small window is there. From there the light is coming. Automatically, you will see after few days this plant get bent towards this light. No, automatically this plant get to bend towards this light. This plant will show response to stimuli towards this light. This property of plant, definite direction and movement of light in direction of light, or you can say in relation to light, that is called as phototrophic movement. Phototrophism, positive, that is stem, and negative, that is root. Definitely this stem is growing in direction to light, so that will show the positive phototrophism. And now you see this, look at this root. Roots are not in this direction of light. Roots are going downwards. So this will show the negative phototrophism, because it is going opposite to the direction of light. Okay. Next is geotrophism. Geotrophism means when movement show in direction to gravity. Okay, so here see an example again. When these roots are going towards down the gravity, you can say towards the gravity. So now we are talking about the geotrophism, means definite direction movement in relation to gravity. So the roots are going towards down the gravity. It is following the gravity, so that is the positive. Root is positive. Root always show positive geotrophism, whereas stem always show negative geotrophism, because here the gravity is there and it is growing opposite to it. Stem is growing upwards and gravity is obviously pulling downwards, so stem is growing opposite to it. So if we are keeping the geotrophism in mind, if we are saying in respect to geotrophism, we will see the stem show negative and root positive. Next, chemotrophism, definite direction movement in relation to chemicals. Whenever the movement takes place in relation to chemicals, like movement of pollen tubes, fungal hyphae, they always show movement in direction of the chemicals. Next, hydrotrophism. Hydro means water. Again, when definite direction in relation to water. Whenever you see the seedlings, they grow like this. If suppose this is water, this is seedlings, they always grow like this. Okay, so always they grow in respect to water, in relation to water. That is the hydrotrophism. Next, we will see the example of thigmotrophism. Thigmotrophism means definite direction movement in relation to contact or support, that is pea plant. You see, whenever you see the tendrils, that is this type of green part of the plant. This is called as tendril. So in relation to contact or support, whenever this pea plant, in a pea plant, these tendrils are developed, and whenever they are getting any support, they are getting any wall or any fence or other tree, they just tend to climb up with that support. That is called as thigmotrophism. Okay, so these all are trophic movements. Trophic means directional movement. These are going in respect to these. In this they are growing towards in direction to light. In this they are going towards in direction to gravity. In this they are growing towards a direction of chemicals. Here water, and here any support. Okay. Next we will discuss about the nastic movement, that is non-directional. Okay, so the next we will study about the nastic movement. Okay, nastic movement means the non-directional movement. Okay, non-directional movement means the direction of response to stimuli has no fixed direction, or you can say the stimuli has diffused impact, due to which the movement of plant occur irrespective of the direction of stimuli. Okay, but means they will not go in the direction of stimuli. They will grow irrespective of the direction of stimuli. In this condition, the whole plant get affected, and they shows movement irrespective of that stimuli. Like you see the seismonasty, that is the example of the dropping of leaves in touch me not plant. In this we are touching that leaves and it automatically get closes. Only in that direction it's not closing. Whole plant is affected by it. After some time it will get again open. Next is nyctinasty, that is the sleep movements due to day and night, or you can say the daily movement of flower and leaves. So this is all about the plant movement. Two types of movement we read today: trophic movement and nastic movement, directional movement and non-directional movement. Okay, next topic. In the next topic, we will study about the hormones and what are endocrine hormones, what are exocrine hormones, what are plant hormones, what are animal hormones.